I value the good things in life: great food, comfortable clothes, the perfect pour at the end of a long day, and the hardworking people who bring quality products to life. I'm fascinated by how the things I love come to be. So I've teamed up with my friends at Nutrient Solutions and Farm Journal to explore the journey from seed to shelf and to get to know the growers who dedicate their lives to making it happen. How are growers feeding a growing world? Come with me to find out. I'm Brett Griffin. This is Leading the Field. There's nothing more fun than watching my favorite sporting event on TV with some good old chips and dip. Those are really good. I wonder where these come from. I don't even need the dip anymore. Hey Thaddeus, what's up?
Hey Brett, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. What are you up to out here?
I'm out here assessing some wind damage from last night's thunderstorm on my sweet corn. What do you got there?
I got. Speaking of corn, I've got corn chips. Is that where these came from?
No, they're both edible. They're both white, but you know what? One of my good friends lives just down the road. He's real close. You want to go check him out?
Yeah. What's his name?
His name's Adam. He's one of the top producers of this white corn that we have out there. So
Hey, you want a chip?
Absolutely.
Let's go see him.
Just check him out.
I'm here in Champaign County, Illinois to meet up with Adam, one of the biggest food grade corn farmers in this area. And I'm here to find out where corn chips come from, because it doesn't matter if I'm having corn chips with my buddies or nachos before a big game. I love some corn chips. So let's go find Adam to figure out how his corn plays such a big part in this seed to shelf journey.
Morning, Adam.
Hey, Thaddeus, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Good. Hey, good buddy of mine, Brett.
Nice to see you.
Brett, good to meet you. How are you? Adam
Good, how are
Watson.
you?
Good.
So Adam and I have been friends for about 15 years. You wanted to learn about corn chips. He's the most knowledgeable man I know about corn chips and how it gets there.
I trust Thaddeus. Are you the man for this?
I take his advice. It's good.
All right, tell me why.
We've been doing this for a long time. 1983 we started, and I'm the third generation in the family that's been involved in it. And we have scaled up to where we have a majority of our operation is in food grade corn on the corn side, and then we also grow soybeans. So we've been around the food grade process for a long time.
I just see a corn chip, right? I don't know all the things that go into this. What should I see?
There is a lot more in the background that does go on with it, and I'd be happy to show you out in the field if you'd like to take a look.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, Brett, you're in good hands. I'm going to get back to the farm.
Okay.
Hey, good to see you.
guys.
Take
See ya.
care. So, Brett, this is actually one of the very first fields of white corn we planted this year, and it's extremely healthy right now. Pollination's done, and we're going into grain fill.
What are we looking for as you're shucking this?
So, as you pull the ear back, first of all, you know that it's pollinated just based off of the brown silk.
Okay.
That means that everything has done its process, and then when you pull the husk back, if the silks come off of it, you know it pollinated correctly. And then also, as it comes off, you just take a look at the ear itself and you can see every single kernel. Every single silk that comes into a corn plant attaches to one of the kernels on the ear. So the amount of brown silks that you see looks to be extreme. Well, it is extreme because there's a lot of kernels on this plant.
How did you get into farming?
I had the opportunity because my family was involved in farming. In 2002, I graduated college. And I was blessed with the opportunity for family members to allow me to come back into the farm. So this is my 20th crop this year.
Yeah, what's changed in 20 years?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is technology. The amount of technology that we're using in the equipment to be more efficient in the field and then be more efficient in the office whenever we're analyzing all of our data and going through the process. Has drastically changed in 20 years.
Yeah, how much has the operation grown in the last 20 years?
We've not quite doubled, but it's close to doubled. We've had some opportunities with some neighbors in the area that as they got out of farming, they asked us to continue farming their acres.
So where I grew up and am at North Carolina, we see a lot of yellow corn, not a lot of white corn. What's the difference other than the obvious, this is white?
As simple as it sounds, it literally is that difference. It is the lack of yellow pigment in the kernel that gives it the white color. The corn itself is really truly not much different at all. It's just what the final end result of the bag of chips that we get in our kitchen that shows the difference with a white corn chip versus a yellow corn chip.
And what makes this soil so great to grow this corn?
This whole area on East Central Illinois is just good fertile soil. It'll hold moisture really well. It actually can drain well if you put drainage tile in, and then it'll mineralize. So the natural fertilizer that is available in the soil can mineralize throughout the summer to give these plants added extra benefit throughout the growing season.
You mentioned chips, obviously that's food.
Yeah.
You're a food grade farmer. What is the difference between a food grade farmer and a non-food grade farmer?
We have to do things a little bit different to live by the food grade quality standards. And those standards are set down to us by the companies that we work with. And we know those standards going into it, and it's a higher level of standards typically than just what a commercial operation has to do. And a lot of that is just what we have to do with the grain, what we have to provide and track for the fertilizer and chemicals, and the set of standards that we have to live by to ensure that every kernel that we deliver to a food system is safe, is what it comes down to.
So consumer confidence comes from farmers like you.
It does, and I mean, we have a family as well, and I have as much confidence in the product that we grow to be able to put it on our own plate.
Let's talk about scaling that. I live on an acre of land. You've got thousands of acres of land out here. How many of those little things are coming off of 1 acre if you have a good year?
As far as bushels per acre,
Yeah.
a good year, 240, 250 bushels per acre.
That's a lot.
That's a great year. Now, it's not every year it's like that. This year it's going to be down from that. But we have a staff of people here that we work with that help us bring all of this together and know that we're going to be able to deliver a quality product for the extra work we have to put in to do it.
So when you're fully ramped up, how many folks are part of your team?
Usually around 10 people, and the majority of the people where it gets extremely busy is in the fall time. This corn was planted at the end of April. It's currently at an R3 growth stage, which means that it's in the dough stage still. It's still taking moisture in. It's still filling kernels. It's basically any kernels that it's going to abort by about now. It's going to that process is done, and we are just now in the process from here on out. We need moisture, and the moisture is to fill these kernels to make them as big and as heavy as we can get them. After that, beginning of October, this corn is going to get harvested, and it has to be under a certain moisture for us to do that. And that involves being able to go into the grain storage bins and stuff that we store him into, and then from there, it's like Groundhog's Day. We start this whole process over of planting again.
Awesome. Well, I'm getting hungry. Let's go grab some chips.
That sounds good.
That's good.
Those are good.
This has to be your corn.
I'm for sure it is.
Yeah. We had a hard day's work, and now we're sitting down and we can just cheer chips together. Cheers.
And hey, cheers, brother.
Cheers. Here's the good salsa and good corn chips.
A good end result.
The search for what makes one of my favorite snacks so good is complete. A combination of rich Illinois soil, a knowledgeable grower, and a commitment to excellence all the way from seed to shelf. Where are we heading next? Man, it's out west to discover what makes apricots so amazing. I'm Brett Griffin. Keep on leading the field.